extra super special Top Deck Heroes. We're getting ready for our winter 2018 draft. Just want to announce a couple of changes to get started. We have a proxy in for Piglet tonight because apparently his internet's bad. So we have Keenan Meadows, previous champion with a bad character card, but we still love him. Just like Kevin Broberg, just like Tim Keefe. Bad character cards, previous champions. Woo!
Woo!
We, of course, have Jesse Cervini, Mark Wisniewski, Tim Keefe, Kevin Broberg, and Chris Smith, who has an Alice picture up because he's at his game store playing right now. So, people have been asking about some changes to this round, so let's get started with that. So, this time round, we have a new manager coming on board. In fact, we have two, and we're going to announce the first new manager now. We're going to add him to the call. Let's make sure he answers.
Oh, that'd be awkward.
Hey, Luke.
How's it going?
Let's go.
All right, so Luke is one of our new managers in the draft this season. So he's going to be coming on board. We're wonderful to have a Jasco Games employee. And based on his picks, we'll know who's not getting banned, unless he really wants that point for banning. He wasn't telling me about wanting to pick Quan Chi yesterday, so I kind of saw the writing on the wall. All right, so the next big announcement, as everybody kind of knows at this point, I will be stepping down as commissioner. I'm going to be kind of taking a more of a Mr. McMahon role in this, kind of overseeing everything in a broad sense. So I'd like to announce that our new commissioner will be the reigning, defending, undisputed Canadian national champion, Kevin Broberg.
Woo!
Rock on.
Me. It was me all along.
The higher power.
Now, with that in mind,
that's the Vince line, though, so I'm screwing it up, but, whatever.
I had said that I'm taking a Vince McMahon role kind of place in this event, so because of that, I will be entering the draft. Because why wouldn't Vince McMahon cheat to win his own money back? So that's our roster this time round. Slam, you like that, Slam?
I think it's great. I think this is the most pro wrestling stuff you've ever done, Sean. This is amazing.
Well, we're not done yet. So
oh my god.
Since it's my draft and Kevin is the commissioner that I've hand-picked, he's going to tell you who's going to be, of the two new managers, who's going to get the first pick in the draft right now.
So, in accordance with the final standings last season, Chris will be taking the wheel as the winner. He gets the last pick. Then Tim, Slam, Jesse, and Piglet in descending order of their standings. Then Luke, and the first pick will go to Sean O'Brien.
Obvious.
Wow.
The scummiest move.
It's just the natural. I mean,
This got
Luke
even
was
scummier
decided
24 hours ago.
It took no time at all. RochesterCCG just taking it down for themselves. This is ridiculous, and I will not stand for it.
I simply could not resist. I mean, that's the perks of being the chairman.
Sean. It wasn't. I made this decision entirely on my own, and you were the best choice to go first.
Our commissioner is a puppet, you guys.
Oh, they're the Starks, right on time. All right, so Kevin, you're the commissioner. I'm going to let you take over the show at this point, go over some of the new rules with us, and take it from there.
Yeah, so the rules will remain largely the same. We're going to have a spreadsheet with the results of each tournament, and then you'll be awarded points accordingly. There will be the current rosters for each player. The first player will pick their first character. Then you'll go down the line, and then when we reach the last person, we'll go the person who picked last. In this case, Chris will get the first pick of the second round. You'll go back and forth a total of 5 times. You'll have a roster of 5 characters, which we hope will kind of encourage a little more trading, which was really static last time. If you had a good character, they never left your roster. And then there was a little bit of fumbling around with the people who never scored any points, but half of the rosters didn't matter anyway. Also, I decided to replace the point for diversity with a point for a strong Swiss finish. If a character on your team went X and 1 or better, then you get a point for that. There's still the point for bands, and we're keeping the same score structure. If you win a tournament, you get 5 points. And then, depending on the size of the tournament, so for a PTC, the finalist gets 3, 2, and 1 for top 4 and top 8. And we assume for cardboard, it'll be a top 16 cut, and you'll get 4, 3, 2, 1 for second place, fourth place, 8th place, and 16th place. And I think that sums up the rules.
The elimination of team points.
Yeah, that's right. And we're eliminating team points entirely because that was it seemed to be very kind of like very bandwagony a little bit, and it was just a huge point dump that into the system that really made a lot of the singles points somewhat irrelevant. So we're eliminating those completely.
Okay. I got one question: are we still doing diversity as 2 points in the majors, or is that going to go to 1?
No, diversity has been completely eliminated for the X1 points. So if you have multiple characters who go X1, obviously they won't all be in top 8, but you'll get points for each of those strong finishes.
Okay.
So is that in addition to top 8 points?
Yes.
All right, so you get like a default extra point for top 8ing with a good record.
Yes, and also actually, so the Swiss champ point is also eliminated. It's kind of just rolled into the Swiss standings point.
For ad drops, do we reach out to you?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
It'd be amazing if I forgot somebody's ad drop if I was still doing that. How coincidental.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you can reach out to me with ad drops anytime if they're in the kind of the pool of unselected characters, which will be larger now. And also, if you have any trades, just send those to me if you want to keep them private, or just drop them in one of the several group chats we're all in together.
Cool.
Alrighty, are we ready to get started?
Do we have a
spreadsheet?
Oh yes, Kevin, send the spreadsheet to everybody.
I don't get a spreadsheet.
I'll just drop it in the Skype window here. And let me know if that opens up for you all. Okay.
Gotta do the stupid thing because this is new Skype.
See, I downgraded to old Skype.
Yeah.
So Wiley, you want to set this up?
Hi, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
All right, so we got a big old list on the side here. There's
nice.
a pick order. All right.
Yep, and there's a bunch of tabs at the bottom right now, just to test out some of the formulas and stuff. There's a bunch of kind of sample data of the world's results from last year, and those will get turned into actual tournament results when that's ready.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Can you save me a headache? And can you drop that in the Facebook chat?
Yeah, sure.
Because new Skype is being stupid.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
I think we lost. Did we lose somebody? Oh, there he is. He's back.
I'm back. I have crappy Wi-Fi.
All right, are we ready to go? Tim Keefe, how much was your draft board messed up by having 8 teams, then 7 teams, then 6 teams, then 5 players, then...
I only got through 25 anyway, so...
Through the 25th pick.
Yeah, it was going to be 35, so we're still going to be digging towards the end here.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Kevin Broberg, start us off.
All right, Sean O'Brien, your pick is first. Please select a character from the 152 we have here.
I wonder what he'll pick.
I was counting on Kevin to be first pick to take Liu Kang so that he would never make a top cut again.
Wow.
You see,
Yeah.
since balance is kind of difficult for the headmasters at Jasco Games, I'm going to go with Liu Kang as my first pick. He seems head and shoulders better than everybody else right now.
All right, public enemy number 1 has been selected. Luke, please choose your first pick.
Now it gets interesting.
Eligor.
Well, I mean, as interesting as that would be, I think I'm safe to wait for my third pick on that, so I'll take Jackie Briggs.
All right, Jackie it is.
Good choice.
Piglet's substitute.
We're rolling with Vega on this one.
All right. Please save your cheers for later. All right, Jesse, you're up.
My pick only matters on one thing. Does anybody know if Devin Bernier is coming to Nationals or not?
I understand that he is.
He was going to be playing Quan Chi.
He was good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was.
I'm sure he's still coming. I don't know what he's going to run.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty bold move to cancel your plane ticket over that.
I guess there are some people that have kind of said that to me, and I couldn't believe them, though. I am... Jesus. Give me... I guess let's go with the hotness that started in the UK. Give me Cassie Cage.
Cassie Cage. All right. Slam.
I'm going with Jet. He's still better than everyone not named Liu Kang, I think.
All right. Confident picks. Tim, our second place finisher from last season. Who's your choice?
This is tough.
It's gonna get tougher.
Give me Spike 1.
Spike 1, the boogeyman from last year. All right.
About to be a boogeyman again.
Yes, he is.
Indeed.
Sure
All right,
is.
Chris, your pick is up. Please select 2 characters for the wheel.
We're going Spike 2. And I actually think this character's going to see some play.
Bless.
Scorpion.
All right.
I'm picking Scorpion, man.
Yeah. Starter deck blitz. Or not exactly starter deck blitz, but...
Yeah.
is it Scorpion 1 or 2, please?
That's a good one.
He's cut off. It's Scorpion 2.
Yeah. It's Scorpion 1, obviously. It's Scorpion
All right.
1.
Hey, Scorpion 2 might be good these days. You know, he could be treated as if he's eating desperation at any time with all those amazing desperation attacks. And
All right, so
Oh, go ahead.
I was between Spike 1 and Scorpion on that last pick. I was kind of hoping Scorp would get back to me. Let's see. I can't in good conscience pick Reptile. I would never forgive myself.
Ooh, pick Yamato Man. I know the reigning defending Canadian champion first picked Yamato Man once.
I would go with Woodman in this 2017 or 2018 season.
This is a little nervous because I
That's
haven't really heard about anybody running him at this Nets, but I'm sure he'll show up at some point. I'm going to take Kotal Khan.
Kotal Khan.
Khan.
Top 8 finisher in the UK. All right. Slam, your second pick, please.
I'm going to go with Goro.
Oh, I think that's an excellent choice.
Which one?
The legal one. If the other one was not banned or something, I'd be looking at it. But yeah, we're going with the Goro I could play at Nats probably too.
Ooh, is that
All right,
forecast?
Jesse, you're up.
Let's take the memes and dreams. Let's take Anachronus. Or Anacharis or whatever the hell you.
Yeah, that is right. All right, we've got our second non-Bebop, non-Mortal Kombat pick. I love
Non-power creep cash grab.
it. Keenan.
Matt Perot for sure.
Hey. This man is not cowed. All right, Luke, your second pick, please.
Faye.
Good choice. Good choice.
All right, Sean, you have 2 picks here.
I do.
Second and third round.
I see that. I'm going to take, as my second pick, I'm going to take Melina.
All right.
Because I think Tim keeps planning on playing her, and he's pretty good, I hear.
All right, that's your first?
Yes, and let's see, my second pick. Well, I already picked Melina, so I can't undo that. I'm going to take... Oh, my team points don't count. I'm going to take Reptile.
All right, this man wants a consistent top 8 placement that then immediately loses. Love it.
Hey, at least I've
That's the joke.
guaranteed at least 1 or 2 points at every PTC. And maybe...
It seems that way.
I mean, it seems likely, hopefully, maybe Luke can shine some light on if there'll be some more PTCs next year instead of the miserable, 6 we got. Because 4 of them...
Speaking of Luke, before you shed some light on our PTC situation, please shed us some light on your third pick in the draft.
This man, transition, beautiful.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious what I'm gonna pick. Eligor.
Oh, he called it out earlier. The called shot is fulfilled.
I respect that.
All right, you understand that you have to top 8 or top 16 a PTC or national event to receive points for this.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I think I've spurred a couple people to action. I know there's one person who's bringing Eligor to nationals.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
I love both the spirit and belief in your boy, and also bribing the community to try to fill in your board. So pick.
Hey, I
pick
can't
what's
go and compete with Eligor, or else I would smash some faces in.
Let's go. You're up, Keaton.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go with Vicious.
I was about to ask, are you going to pick a third evil character?
Why wouldn't I?
Is evil good this day and age?
Yes.
So I
We
hear.
gotta-
People in our chat, did you really approve this guy for all these picks?
The only decks that I picked are all playing Coffee Samba and main board, so because we all really know where UFS is headed now that Quan Chi's banned.
All right, Jesse,
right.
you're up.
Give me Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage. Let's
he keeps
go.
He keeps showing up. I mean,
He's trickling in.
Oh.
Yeah, they're figuring it out. All right, Slim, you're taking some some Piglet appropriate picks. Are you going to continue?
I am thinking about it. I was really hoping Vicious would fall to me. I'm scrolling through my phone over here. Let's say.
if Keenan didn't take Vicious, I would.
Keenan will approve this, I think. I'm going to go with Shinnok.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah!
That guy is stupid.
0
awesome.
points
Let's
for
go.
Slam.
Whatever. You said that last year when I took Mad Pro. It's all good.
Hey!
Oh, Slam, did I win you did I win you one of these things?
You got me points, and then I stole your deck and got more points. So.
All right, Tim, you're up.
Yeah.
Stole my deck.
I mean, we don't talk about the past.
Never.
Except when it comes to the first pick curse. You know.
I'm just gonna check a watermark real quick.
Oh.
Yeah, so I understand that there will be a rotation sooner rather than later, of the first set of Mega Man 10 characters.
Oh, that's too bad. I was really thinking about taking a Lek-Man.
I think that we've had a total of 3 characters chosen that will rotate in fewer than 8 sets. So I feel like it's good to let you know as we get down into the weeds here.
Yeah, give me Sniper Joe.
Nice.
Sniper
Oh,
Joe.
Good choice.
what is that watermark? Because now I'm...
It's
Rise of the
Battle
Masters.
Rise of the Masters. Yeah.
All right.
It's got a Wily head.
Chris, you have 2 picks.
My first one will be Katana. Because the same evil thing that Keenan's saying, why not? She can play Coffee Samba very well.
You know, I
Yeah,
think
right.
it should be noted that Luke has not picked any evil characters, so I think Coffee Samba's going to end up banned.
Oh, snap.
Well, hey, that card has
Um,
2 more symbols, and it doesn't chain with the other 2 either.
I think I'm going to go Sub-Zero on this one.
Damn.
Sub-Zero, all right.
Yeah.
Interesting. He'll be on this list. It's remarkably hard to find characters on an alphabetically sorted list, guys. Tim, you're up next.
I don't know if this will get me anywhere in the short term, but I think this is going to run through Worlds, right?
No, it'll
This will be.
Up until before Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a while. Yeah, I'll take Takeda. I don't know if the current environment's very good for him, but we'll get there.
Very powerful choice. All right, Slam, you're up.
Oh, this sucks. Tim wasn't kidding. The latter portion of this draft is kind of.
Have we picked over Mortal Kombat and Cowboy Bebop now?
No,
Has
we're not done yet.
Faye been chosen yet?
Yeah,
Yes.
she was Luke's second pick.
Okay, so Faye's picked.
There's still multiple characters on my net shortlist.
Let's go with my roots here. Let's go Dimitri.
Nice.
2.
I mean, Cadenza is still a valid choice.
Hey, don't
Top
mock
16
that. I saw a
finisher.
really
Alright.
nasty Cadenza deck.
Let's-
Well, why don't you
That's-
fourth pick Cadenza then?
Well, I'm
You're
not.
right.
I'm not that.
Don't
excited.
threaten this man with a good time.
All right. Let's take the dog. Give me Ed a 9.
Edward and Ein. All right.
There's still some gas in that tank.
I was gonna go for Edward a 9. I was really, that was like my next on the list, but I guess we're gonna go Devora instead.
Yo.
Yeah, you had your premiere event. You had Devora in the final. I was like, what? That character's viable?
That character's incredible. You guys are crazy.
I don't
All
know.
right, Luke, you have 1 and then 1 coming up soon.
Oh, gross. That's you got too many decisions, man. Not enough time. You guys go too fast. I was only
Well,
prepared up to 3, and I didn't even think past 3 characters.
You can
Oh
take
my
a
God.
reasonable amount of time here if you want to.
Okay. I think I know. Just give me about 20 seconds here to look at a character on UFS Ultra.
Did you know that UFS Ultra is sponsored by RochesterCCG, your number one source for all of your UFS needs?
Who are those guys?
Only the best singles retailer in UFS.
And the official singles retailer of US Nationals.
That's right. I am going to be there.
Really? Wow. I hear this crazy guy named Luke Butler's going to be there too.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he going to be playing Eligor in the tournament?
Well, you better win teams and find out.
Are you the final boss?
The answer may surprise you. You know what else may surprise you? The fact that I'm going to take Asimov and Katarina.
Yo, good choice.
I'm not at
boy,
all
Bebop
surprised.
continues.
Guess I'll go to
All right,
broadcast
Sean,
school.
show us your last surprises here. You've got 2 picks, and that'll be the end of your draft.
Yes, I'm going to take Woodman.
All right, Woodman it is.
I take it the commissioner was not very happy with my decision.
I'm impressed with your bravery.
Wow. I'm also... Well, I've got Liu Kang to carry me. It doesn't matter. I'm also
That's
going...
true.
I'm also going to take Dr. Wily 2-Dot.
Oh.
All right. Luke, your pick again.
Well, thankfully, I thought about my next pick as well. I'm going to take Base.
Ace. I love this. These last couple of picks are just about like Cowboy Bebop. That's picked over now. So now we're going to the blast from the past. Let's go.
Hey,
Nicholas
Base is still a
Keaton.
solid pick.
Speaking of blast from the past, I believe in giggles this year. I'm going to go with Snake Man.
All right,
Not
that's your
just
major
the
selection. I've got bad news for you, Keenan Meadows. He will be
That's
scoring
all
you
right.
0 points at Nationals because he will not be there.
He's got a wedding.
Oh, nice. Good choice.
He's
Giggles.
getting married?
No.
No, the cousins.
He's getting married to his cousin?
Man, this is going off the rails.
Speaking of Giggles not going, we do have a strong team looking for a third. Please reply with your resume at something.
Monster.com.
Well, I do know a guy who's going to be playing a solid Eligor I could hook you up with.
So submit a good resume to the Rochester CCG Facebook page, and we'll see if we can get you hooked up.
His name, Buke Lucker.
Buke Lucker? Who's this guy?
He's gonna show up with like the fake mustache.
All right, Jesse. Bad
yeah,
puns aside.
I am trying to. I have 2 characters in front of me, and I'm gonna take Aaron Black.
All right.
That
love that,
crappier Snake Man.
I love that like all of
The
Quan
crap
Chi's
Snake
targets
Man
are being
or
picked.
the Snake Man that kills people.
That is yet to be seen in any tournament.
Yeah, because people know how to build him.
People know how to build Snake Man. All I'm saying.
Snake Man's
I
junk.
think there's 2 Mortal Kombat characters left.
Yes.
Yeah, there's Ermac and Johnny Cage.
No,
Raiden.
one's Kunjing.
Oh,
Oh, Raiden.
Yeah,
Kung
Kunjin's
Jin
still on
and
the
Raiden.
table.
And Raiden.
All right, Slam. It is your pick.
I am looking
Last
really
pick of the
hard
draft.
here at this one. There are 2
Understand.
people, much like Jesse Cervini, there are 2 people in front of me. As much as it pains me, I'm going to go. No, this doesn't. This is the Matthew Curtis Turner tribute. I'm going with Stone Man.
Nice.
Stone Man.
He
That guy
very
is a-
nearly top cutted in the UK. And
Yeah.
who knows what happens if he gets untimed rounds.
I know. Sleep. Sleep happy. Tim, it is your pick.
Just pick characters I'm thinking of running, right? That's how this works.
You think see, this isn't a game about choosing. It's not about just choosing the best deck or the most likely deck to win. It's about choosing the deck that the rest of the world thinks is the most likely deck to win, because then you get more numbers in the tournament.
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
nobody
shit.
else running this.
I mean, that's why I picked Eligor.
I mean, at least I won't come in last.
We'll see about that.
A ban is only worth 1 point, Sean. Remember that.
That's okay. Considering the speed that the parent company likes to take on banning things, I have until
And
at least
all
the
of
new
Sean
seconds.
O'Brien's picks. Got it. Let me write that down.
You signed up for this insider baseball, Sean. So if it happens to you,
I mean, I'm going to take all the X1 points from Nationals and be a mile ahead. It doesn't matter what happens after that.
It's sort of like, which character who just got better with that Quan Chi band do I want to take?
Ooh, pick Napalm.
There's a
Man.
bunch of them. There is a no.
yeah, we got to fill out the rest of the Quan Chi deck.
All right, give me Turbo Man.
Turbo Man.
Turbo-tastic.
All right, Chris, and the final pick of the winter character draft of 2018. Who do you choose?
I have a decision to make between Plantman, Shinnok, Kungjin, and Raiden.
Shinnok
yeah.
has also been taken.
Who is?
Shinnok.
Sorry.
Shinnok has been selected.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear that then. Then I'm definitely going Plantman then.
All right, and
All right.
another Evil Desperation character in the list. All right, that concludes the draft portion. Thank you guys for your time. We've got plenty of time left before Tim's deadline, so you guys want to talk about your teams and trash talk how you're going to win?
I would love to.
But I heard that Luke is looking for Gen Con volunteers.
I got a question. I have one question. Am I able to request Darkstalkers versus Street Fighter for my winnings, or is that not on the table?
So the rule is the most recent set when the draft ends. So you have 2 boxes of Mortal Kombat coming, which is fine. You open 2 fatalities, and they're legal for now.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, that's fine. That's cool, man. Thanks, I appreciate that. I was just wondering.
Yeah, that's the rule. Otherwise, Slam could have held out for much better prizes last time.
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to get back to my local. So thanks for having me on. I'll talk to you guys later. Also, can I shout out the Guile Treatment National Show for this weekend?
Yeah.
I'm going to shout that out real quick. I got Tim
Where's the
and
mute button?
Dave and Wagner and me and Rob. And I believe we have one more special guest coming on. I can't remember who it is, but we're recording it this weekend. It's going to be on Monday. So
Well, be sure to blast that out as soon as you figure it out.
Yeah, will do. Thank you. Have a nice night, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Take
care.
Good luck in teams, Chris.
So Chris is off to beat up his kids. God, I love America. So, yeah, Nationals is coming up. But before we get into that, since we got a big cast here of people who want to talk to us, how do we feel about the scary news that came out of Jasco last night that probably ruined a lot of people's plans to win Nationals? And that is banning of a certain broken character.
Greatest news I've heard all day.
Yep.
Seriously, it's Christmas. It's absolutely Christmas. If you were playing Quan Chi going into Worlds or Nationals or whatever, you were basically head and shoulders above the rest. And if you weren't playing Quan Chi, you were scrambling and racking your brain trying to figure out, okay, how do I cram 4 bangs or 4 stops into any deck? Like, it was horrible. And now that it's open, like, you can tech against Liu Kang. You can block his stuff, but Quan was just utter garbage. I hate that character. I'm so glad that happened.
Yeah.
I don't even care. You guys who played Quan Chi, be mad. You're scumbags for playing him anyway.
Quan Chi was absolutely way too good. I think Liu Kang is still a problem, like a massive problem. I don't think he was. I think Quan Chi was like a 9 out of 10 problem. I think Liu Kang is like a 7 out of 10 problem. But I think they're both problems. I think that seeing like in some of the pickup games with people that from the Cincinnati Dojo gathering we had and seeing turn 1 30, 40 damage turns and stuff where you need a fatality in spiders and you start going. Liu Kang's a problem, but he wasn't as crazy as Quan Chi, just looping Dimitri, looping Napalm Man, 7 ovipositor turns, that kind of stuff. I'm glad he's gone. I can take like 6 cards out of my deck now and feel better about it. So I think overall it makes for a much healthier meta with only one real problem deck, which we can kind of, if we only have to tech for one really bad thing, it makes it easier on the rest of us. So that's progress.
Yeah. Although Liu Kang's kind of 2 problem decks, right? There's the fire version and the not fire versions are very, very different. They have very different tools to deal with the things you might throw at them. Like the Death and Water builds have no particular answer for Bang. The Fire one does, kind of. It can at least flip Goro's Victory Pose. On the flip side, the Death and Water builds can deal with Foundations, but the Fire one kind of can't. So it's kind of 2 decks, but you're only going to see one of them in top cuts, so there's that.
True. But you're going to see all of them in teams.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we decided, Kevin and I talked quite at length about getting rid of the teams points. And the reason why we did that, it was one of the things that we felt it made the draft so lopsided that once you got into like the 7th or 8th, well, once you got like 3/4 of the way through, literally nothing mattered because that giant pile of points you got right at the beginning. So I was Pretty happy to be rid of that. And I am looking forward to playing in teams myself, though. I have a spicy deck together that I think no one's going to be expecting. Especially now that Quan Chi's gone, I think the deck got significantly better.
Sean, do you want to tease the audience?
Do I want to tease what?
Do you want to tease the audience and tell the community whether or not your spicy deck was drafted today?
He was selected today.
Ooh.
Can't be that spicy.
Was it Snake Man?
Was it Eligor?
Damn it. They're getting too close.
They have the reads. How do you guys do this?
I mean, Tim Keefe's got the freaking laser eyes. I mentioned that there was going to be a new commissioner. He's like, oh, it's probably Luke Butler. We're going to have 30-man teams, so somebody will have to pick Eligor. So, Luke, kind of, if you're allowed to, pull back the curtain for a second. What was the thing that made the team decide to really get rid of Quan Chi?
I think it was fully outlined in the post that we made, and I'm not really at liberty to discuss bans because that's not really my area of expertise.
I appreciate that Sean actually put a write-up together and posted that, like, instead of just like we're used to a ban being here's the list, accept it. Like, this was a well presented response of like, we're getting rid of this character, here's why, here's the plan. And I'm like, that was actually a really good ban announcement. At least that was, especially so close to a major. I was like, I heard a ban thing happen, like, oh god, they banned like 3 characters or something and just completely threw. I was like, I expected the hard hammer, not the dink. And I'm like, well, that's the dink hammer happening. Good. I'm happy.
We want everyone to have a fun event, and we don't want to have things banned forever. I assume everyone saw a little sneak-in announcement we had about the fact that we're going to try and reintroduce some banned characters back into circulation and tone them back a little bit.
That is awesome.
I think
Are we going to see another Gemini Man?
Anything's possible.
He's banned in Standard. That's what the post said.
Oh, that's right. So we could have the 8-man Gemini Man Dream alive.
We didn't say all of them though, just many. So it's possible that not everything makes the cut back in this time around.
This guy's too good at this, but yeah, I don't know. At least Twinkle Murdoch's probably coming back, and she can probably come back just the way she was. She was perfect.
Get out of here, Sean.
Perfect in every way, except
Yeah,
for the one where
perfectly
she got
obnoxious and horrible to play against.
Wait, no, she's not. She's perfectly fine.
Recognize who you're talking to here, Keaton.
She was just
Sean O'Brien.
just
Sean
fine.
O'Brien's never been called obnoxious in his life. That's
Not once.
Never. Besides, I think if you ban distraction destruction, she'll be fine.
Yes.
Yeah, no. How about some characters that have been sort of off the radar that get better with Quan Chi gone? There's quite a list when you actually look at it. I mean, Lilith was kind of dead to Quan Chi immediately. Sasquatch, Pharaohman, if anyone wants to do that.
Yeah, anybody
Has
who's
to play a lot of E's.
plan involved a lot of E's or tiny incremental advantage.
It makes Liu Kang better.
Yes.
You know who it makes worse, actually?
Who?
Eligor.
Why? Because no one's going to copy Eligor with Quan Chi?
No, because Eligor has a couple of ways of getting around you penalizing his damage. He just doesn't care. At least if you build him right.
You can put Red Lion Crest in any deck. It doesn't have to be Eligor.
You realize our match on Saturday was streamed, so everyone in the world knows that.
That was a terrible deck.
Did you lose?
I was trying a new symbol and it did not work well.
Luke Butler, come on! You were supposed to defend Eligor. I don't want to have to do this stupid all Eligor Atlanta tournament. I don't want to have to do that, but I will because that box will never leave your hands.
Now
it will.
Even if it's a box of Street Fighter, I still want to at least let you get rid of that for yourself.
let me tell you who got better from the Quan Chi ban, and that is Belrog. You know, having 3 separate enhances that grant 1 damage, he is just blank to Quan Chi.
Hey, if you need your attack speed to be very low, that's a valuable ability.
But yeah, I think the format is a lot more open, a lot more friendly, I think, to people trying to play honest UFS, where they use things like 8,000 degrees or... Don't laugh. That card's completely fair and honest.
But it's true. I was testing against that the other day with 8,000 degrees, and I was like, wow, I can commit this for a net -1 damage over 2 attacks. This feels terrible.
Yeah. like I don't know, and there's a lot of cards that I kept, but I mean we tested. Andrew Force wanted to really play Quan Chi, and I tested against that deck way too much last week. And I just kept taking cards out of my deck. I'm like, this card does nothing. Why is it still in my deck? Like, it's just like, nope, not like. And now it's like, well, let's put the decks back together. Let's start from scratch again.
I felt that one of my picks got significantly better with Quan Chi's banning, and that was Dr. Wily, because he plays 100,000 enhances to play one attack, and all of a sudden your capsule zap's coming in for -3.
Yeah.
Turns out you're not getting momentum there.
I don't know if nobody was playing Dr. Wily because of Quan Chi, or if nobody was playing Dr. Wily because it's Dr. Wily, but whatever makes you feel good, Sean.
Yeah, he's a little bit on the wrong side of that power creep cash grab. But the good news is that if you didn't want to pick Base, Snake Man, Aaron Black, Stone Man, Turbo Man, or Plant Man, you can drop him from your team and pick anyone else who hasn't been selected yet, whenever you want.
Oh man, I could even pick.
Evan, can I do that right now? Because I kind of had a retrospective thought on something.
All right, yeah, give me your second thoughts.
Can I do an ad drop?
Yeah.
Can I drop
ad
Stone
drops.
Man and grab Raiden?
You would like to drop who for Raiden?
Stone Man?
All right, bye, Stone Man.
Oh, bye,
I think
Stone
that's
Man.
disappointed in you right now.
That's fine, because I'm just thinking of who I might play at PTCs, and I'm like, I really don't want to play Stone Man for 5-6 rounds. And then
I was a little surprised Raiden didn't get picked up, honestly.
he's really good. I just, I think Raiden's solid. I think Stone Man's actually a pretty solid choice if you don't bang him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I'm building decks around 6 checks after my Ermac experiment, to where I realized that the real best card is Telekinetic Mastery. That card's really stupid, but you have to kind of really build your deck to tailor to it. But if you're Stone Man, you're tailored to it without needing to build a whole deck around it.
You not only don't have to tailor your deck to it, you actually can't chain with it, so don't bother. But yeah.
Yeah. But if you're Stone Man, you just have the R. You don't have to check the 6. You just go, hey, Stone Man. There are answers to it, but
Yeah, the whole story from the Guile treatment maybe saw it about how I played a 54-minute game 1 with Barry. That had a lot to do with Telekinetic Mastery. That made it very hard for Cassie to operate the way he wanted to.
Yep.
So,
all right. Did anyone else want to do an ad drop? It sounded like there was some clamoring there. All right.
So
take it away, Sean.
This is our last show before we go to Atlanta, because this time next week, Jesse, Force, Christine, Field, and I will be in a truck on our way down to Atlanta. So one of the things we always like to do before the major event is do our Atlanta survival guide, where the pros, and we have a lot of pros here this time, give their tips on making sure that they have a very successful event, where they have a good time, and if they're lucky and good, they win. We're going to do it a little different this time. We're going to do a round robin. We're going to go round and round, everybody giving their best advice on making sure your event goes well. And because I'm the old commissioner, I'm going to go first. Big thing to remember is to have someone check your deck list.
Yes.
Because if you are not aware, if you are new to UFS professional events, we like to disqualify people who mess up their deck list. At least one person in this show has been disqualified in Atlanta at Nationals for making a silly deck list error. So make sure you get your deck list correct. Have your friend check it. Obviously, the judge probably can't check it for you because he's got he or she's got 73 people to get registered. But just make sure somebody you trust checks your deck list before you turn it in, because you'll see what you want to see, and somebody else is going to catch the error.
Yep.
All right, Jesse, you're next.
You took mine. So, if you are staying in obviously the greater hotel area, because obviously not everybody's going to stay at the Holiday Inn, even though with the amazing Jasco rate that was available, there is food aplenty. If you need, there's food. There is a food place that is 24/7. It is across the street. It is a Waffle House, people. It is food. That's all it is.
It is food. That should be their slogan.
It's food. But if you want to people watch at 2 a.m. on a Saturday, oh my God, it's amazing. to sit in a Waffle House at 2 a.m. on a Saturday. But yeah, eat. Please eat. Please drink water. And as always, bring your deodorant.
Keenan Meadows, the Atlanta local. What's your advice for a successful fun nationals?
My advice is don't always stick around the airport. Like, of course you have to when it's time to do the tournament and everything like that. But there are a lot of great things that are pretty reasonable driving distance within range. We've got some tourist attractions. Atlanta's got a great craft beer scene, so if you like microbreweries, hit that shit up. On top of that, the restaurant game in Atlanta is really strong. There's actually a barbecue spot right around the corner from the venue called Pit Boss Barbecue, and they have some spectacular lunchtime fares. So when you're finally dragging after we've delayed round 1 twice and we're like 5 hours into a 12-hour event, this is a good place to go and maybe get a beer and some good ass barbecue.
Tim Keefe told me once that you're supposed to go 0-2 drunk, not 2-0 drunk.
It works. It works
It
a little
works
different
either
in
way.
Atlanta.
It works either way.
You can talk to Ben Shoemaker. It works different here.
Mark Wisniewski. Oh, sorry, Tim. Did you have something to add to that?
I was just wondering, does Ben know what he's doing yet? I know he was on the Quan Chi train.
Nope. He has no idea.
Is he just gonna, like,
on the Quan Chi train, and he texted
Take
me
Fire
earlier
Liu
today,
Kang and run
he's
over
like,
the event for
"Fuck."
revenge.
If he needs a deck list, I got one for him.
All right.
I just have this feeling
go
that
ahead.
Ben Shoemaker is going to be the Fire Liu Kang that runs over the event. Just
I would
this feeling I
say-
have.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Yellow Devil make a comeback. If
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
remember his
Nice. Yep.
top-cutting performance playing no bebop cards back at the Atlanta PTC earlier this year. So I could see him definitely just giving that a run back in Salt.
Yellow
That was the
Devils
Crit Split deck,
last
right?
ride.
Oh.
Was it the Crit Split deck?
Yeah, it was a crit split deck.
Yeah.
Though now that Cassie Cage is a thing, it could also be a Cassie Cage deck. Who knows?
That seems pretty good. But
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, Slam. Advice for your trip to Atlanta.
For me, this is something you start to figure out after time with the game, but UFS is secondary. It's the people first. If you hear people are going to a bar or, hey, a bunch of us are going to a thing, participate. If you don't know some of the people, introduce yourself. We'll bring you along. All right, we're at a point with UFS where, like, I know we joke about power creep, cash grab. It made me take the game less seriously, and it really does make you go, like, no, it's all of us on the call together. It's it's us. There's a reason that the teams event is way more fun than singles. It's just the camaraderie. It's people. It's a better chance to meet others. The social aspect of this game is far better than the game aspect of the game. So if you're going to Atlanta and you're not following like Keenan's lead here and checking out restaurants and bars, you're in a new state. I know a bunch of people from some of the newer guys from Indianapolis are coming. Like, enjoy Atlanta. Take a day or two and just explore. Don't make it all about UFS or you're gonna have a bad time. It's UFS is fine. It's an excuse for us to go do cool shit with people we don't get to see all the time. So UFS is secondary. The people are first. Be sociable, and like Jesse said, pack deodorant in your backpack.
Please.
We don't need that con funk going around the hotel.
So now, after that heartwarming see your friends advice from Slam, let's go to the biggest spike in the room, Kevin Broberg.
Yeah, so I was actually gonna one up your advice on getting your deck list right, which is to like don't leave it up to someone else to get your deck list right, but sort your deck so that it's like
Oh, yes, please.
in a deterministic order, and then you'll obviously see like, oh yeah, like these cards are not in order. Like, oh yeah, there's a hole here where this should be, and then that's how I haven't gotten a deck list error since it became a running joke.
Plus,
Like 4 years
all of the people who check your deck lists will love you. If your deck list is exactly in the correct order that it's on the sheet, oh my gosh, it takes like less than a minute, and we love it because it just goes, boop, you're done. Easy.
Also, it's a higher chance that if you failed on your deck list, you messed up your deck list, they won't notice it.
Oh,
Yeah, my Melina deck had like a written apology to Shane because I knew I wasn't going to get the one-ofs back in order. Like,
Well, so what I do is I order them by number of cards there are. Like 4 ofs go first, and then alphabetically. So you can't fuck it up. It's alphabetical. Like, it's just, oh, there's an A here. That's at the top, and then go through.
That's good advice.
Some advice coming in from the chat: make sure you spell nutcracker correctly.
Yes.
For some reason,
Put that space where it belongs.
to the bane of anybody who's ever sold UFS singles, because there's never been a mispick since then. They had 2 cards that are pronounced the same way and spelled almost exactly the same. Thanks, Jasco. All right.
Space K wrecker, no space C wrecker. Yep.
All right, on to the other spike in the room. Tim Keefe, what's your advice to have a successful and fun Nationals?
Just sort of make sure that you get however much sleep you need to get, and you sort of have an idea for how you're going to get through the days. If you haven't been to a major before, a large major before, that's like a 7 or an 8 round affair, UFS takes some stamina. You're going to get into some long games with some spike ones. Even the short games, when you run into the Liu Kang in round 4 that bounces you in 10 minutes, you're going to get on tilt, and that's going to drain you a little bit.
Know when to walk out of the
You
room
get beat by Elogore, that's going to real tilt, yeah.
Because it's going to take an hour to do that.
Yeah,
Like, that'd be way worse. That'd be the worst thing.
Yeah, so it's something you can't really strictly prepare for. It's sort of something you get used to. A lot of people come from other card games, and they're maybe kind of used to it. Or they think they're used to it, and maybe they're not. Just because there's a lot more involved in UFS than some other card games.
Yeah.
But, try not to fall into the trap where you think you can just get by on 3 hours of sleep. For a PTC or whatnot,
Unless you're Shenbu.
if you're really brave like Barry, you can go ahead and go 30 hours no sleep and go to a PTC and make top cuts. But you don't want your Nationals to go that way.
All right.
Yeah, and getting enough sleep also enhances the people experience too. Because if you're a zombie shambling about, you're not going to have very much fun, and you're not going to be very much fun to hang out with either. We accept people who are not we're cool with that, but it'll be more fun for everyone else too. And kind of along the same lines, I definitely recommend taking a shower every day.
It's not your turn, Kevin. This is a round
I
robin.
don't care.
We're going to strike that last one from the record. You do whatever you want.
Don't take a shower.
Don't bathe.
Luke Butler, it's your turn to give us some advice from inside the walls of Jasco.
Well, from inside the walls, I'm going to have to kind of go along the same vein as the last piece of advice is drink lots of water. Stay hydrated. Dehydration is no joke.
He knows. He lives in the desert.
If you're me, you want to watch your electrolytes too, because if I don't get a Gatorade, I'm gonna die.
Oh yeah.
Electrolytes, blood sugar, snacks. Keep it up.
Because you won't notice it, but if you don't have enough sleep, don't get enough to drink, don't eat enough, you're gonna start making stupid plays, and you're gonna hate yourself for it. Because the worst thing is not losing to some Liu Kang deck or meta deck or whatever. It's making an error in a game that you could have won, but because of the error that you shouldn't have made, you lost. That'll feel infinitely worse. So make sure you're going to have nothing physically that's going to detract from your ability to think and make proper decisions.
Right.
And the only thing that feels worse than that is losing to Quan Chi. So now we don't have to worry about that. That is the number one thing.
Making sure. Back to me. We talked a little bit about body maintenance, but in the tournament itself, when in doubt, call a judge.
Yes.
Just because you're calling a judge doesn't mean you're accusing your opponent of cheating. You shouldn't feel that way. If you see something that you don't understand, you've not seen before, a ruling you don't think is quite right, it's okay to say to your opponent, hold on a second, I just want to check this with a judge. Because, I think in our game, people feel kind of uncomfortable calling the judge over, thinking it gives them a stigma. And that's really not the case. In order to have the best experience possible, you want to play the best UFS possible without any errors or mistakes or removing revoke from the game with a hand cannon in the card pool. None of that stuff. So if you have a question, always call a judge. That's a big one. Jesse, it's back to you. You could pass.
I don't know. I always remember 2 things when traveling for any card game. Just be polite. You don't need to bring a shitty attitude. We're not that type of people. That's really it. And I think that people need to bring a shitty attitude. If you're bringing a shitty, drive all this way or travel all this way and just have a shitty attitude the whole time, why'd you even come then? That's all. You don't need to have it. Just have fun. Enjoy
Because
yourself.
I wanted to troll Jason. Keenan Meadows, any advice?
Learn your opponent's name. This is sort of like the attitude thing. Basically, you're sitting down against somebody who has the same sort of experience learning UFS, but from a totally different point of view. You both are here to play a game. You both are here to learn about it. And even if you win, you lose, have a conversation with them. Find out a little bit more about their deck or what this made them decide to play that deck. You'll never know when you're just suddenly going to make a friend and then suddenly you guys are going out for drinks or something like that. Like, it's worth it. You've got the time to do that when you finish your round in 10 minutes. So have a conversation and enjoy that.
Slam.
Let's see. Hit Thompson Brothers Barbecue, Taco Mac. I know that people in Atlanta hate Taco Mac. Apparently, I love Taco Mac. And Cookout at Hush Puppies Quesadilla Burger, and it's like, how do you get these three items together on a platter with a shake for like $6.95 or whatever? And that's the place that does it at like random hours of the night. So those would be my three. So Thompson Brothers, Taco Mac, and Cookout. So make those happen while you're there. There's also a really good, I believe there's a Cajun restaurant across the street from the hotel. I don't know if it's
Mexican.
Mexican.
It's Mexican.
Well, there's a Mexican place and there's a Cajun place.
Yeah.
Cajun, I'm a Cajun food guy. Check that place out. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I got an etouffee last year, and it was really good.
Yeah.
Back to Spike 1.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
I already interrupted with all my tips, so.
Spike 2?
For teams, especially if you're on sort of a cobbled together team or people you maybe don't know very well, you've sort of just been in contact over the internet or whatever, just make extra sure that you're on the same page about, not only your decks, but also, just making sure everybody's got their deck prepared. Everyone's going to show up on time, check each other's deck lists. There's always a story like every year of some team where somebody lost their deck box or somebody just sort of went AWOL. Or
they have more than eight of a card.
Yeah, or you have more. You cannot have more than So you cannot have more than 8 copies of a card across your 3 decks. And this is a little less important with Quan Chi gone, but if you're doing like Ermac shenanigans, you cannot have the same character in A2 lists. So
yeah, main deck or sideboard. It's not
just
allowed.
because you only have one Liu Kang in the one list doesn't mean you can pack 4 in your Ermac deck if you're running Ermac. So be careful of that. It's don't feel like you're being rude to like your team, and just make sure that everyone's got dot the I's, cross the T's.
All right, Luke.
So this is going to be kind of a weird one and possibly a little bit of a bummer, but keep an eye on your stuff. I mean, we're all friends here, but you never know. You might lose something. Something might get, mistaken and taken. I mean, we had a guy at Worlds who lost his deck box for a little while before he found it or somebody found it for him. And this is less for our nationals and more for like a Worlds event where we have people that aren't a part of this community just walking in and seeing what's going on. There are unscrupulous people out there, but also just don't lose your stuff because no one wants to freak out for 20 minutes trying to find their deck box or whatever.
Absolutely. Good advice. My next piece of advice is bring trades and bring money. You laugh,
That's a little
Luke,
self-serving, right, Sean?
It is, but bringing trades, like, this is the opportunity. I think there's a lot of play groups that are kind of isolated. They don't get many opportunities to trade in person. This is the second largest gathering of UFS players all year. So, and I've seen some blockbuster trades, as they like to call them, out in the Midwest happen, where, people are trading 20 or 30 cards at a time back and forth. It's a really good opportunity if you have some cards you don't want that are popular, that you can upgrade them into cards that you do want, and it's just a really good time for that. And as far as bringing trades and bringing money, yeah, it's a little self-serving because Rochester CCG is going to be there buying as always. Remember, you get 20% more if you choose store credit, and we're also going to be selling some good stuff there too. So, just bring, as far as cash goes, bring enough cash that you're not going to spend yourself into oblivion. Make sure you can get home. Make sure you can eat. Make sure you can buy product from Rochester CCG. Just be smart with that, and bring your trades and meet some new people and make some good deals. Don't get ripped off.
Can I add one last piece of side advice?
Sure.
Sure. Well, Tim, you can get going.
Yep,
Thanks for
I'm going to
showing
hop
up.
off.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. See you later.
Bye,
ya.
Tim.
Yep.
Good
See you
luck
next
in
week.
teams.
See you next week. Yeah.
I mean, we'll keep
Bring-
going with advice until people are out. I think we lost Keenan too, so I guess it's just the 5 of us. But yeah,
Okay.
let's keep spinning out the advice. We want
Well,
everybody
this
to
will
have
be
the
my
best
last piece
event
of
possible.
advice, and then I should probably get back to work. But bring just fun decks, casual decks. I know it's a competitive event, but we've been introducing like side events and stuff like that in the past. So bring a fun casual deck because you don't know what sort of fun things might happen, and you'll have time to play non-competitive UFS.
Yeah, that's a really good thought, because if you've been playing something like Anacaris all weekend and you see somebody you haven't seen in a long time, it's like, hey, let's have a game. It's like, ooh, all I've got is Anacaris.
That's why you got to bring your extra Elgor deck.
This guy
If you
talking
bring
like
2 Eligor decks, you can actually play the Eligor mirror with someone who only brought their Anachorus deck. It's probably a great matchup.
I know I, for one, will be bringing a casual deck that's not Elgor.
Ooh. Is
Yeah.
it from the new license?
Anything is possible.
All right. Any other advice from our remaining hosts?
I
No.
think we covered
No.
everything I can think of. Yeah.
Right. So kind of to sum it up, body maintenance is important. Shower, deodorant,
Take care of yourself
brush
first.
your
Yeah.
teeth, eat, drink alcohol. That's not really maintenance, but it's still fun. Just
I got one more.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry. I just thought of one that recently popped into my head from traveling in events. If you are sharing a room with people and you either don't know how they sleep or know if they snore, I recommend bringing earplugs. They're pretty useful.
Yeah, if you're in a room with Ryan Fields, you'll know to bring earplugs going forward. That got me through Worlds this past year because we stayed in Poughkeepsie, and I was a door between me and him, and I still could not sleep because of Ryan Fields. Or learn to fall asleep ahead of everybody else. That also works.
That and speaking on that vein, if you know your roommates are going to be up late night partying, maybe get like one of those face masks so if they turn on some lights, it's not going to bother you. Just you're going to be sleeping with other people and you're going to have to deal with that. So prepare yourself.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the theme across all of our advice is to, be prepared, be smart. If you're traveling via car, or even more importantly, if you're coming by plane, make sure you do one last check to make sure you have everything. Because if you're driving from Michigan or Rochester down to Atlanta and you get to Chattanooga and you realize that you forgot your deck, you're going to be spending a bunch of money when you get to Atlanta, or because it's probably too late to turn around and head back. So be prepared, take care of body maintenance, make new friends, keep the old, don't steal each other's crap, and call a judge if you need anything.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen. I think that is pretty much it for tonight. We will be off next week traveling. We are looking forward to seeing everybody. Hopefully everybody in our chat will be coming to U.S. Nationals with us. We're hoping that it's a good time. We're hoping everybody has a safe trip. And remember, as always, shop at RochesterCCG.com, your number one source for all of your UFS needs. Thank you for watching, everybody. Good night.
All right, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Ugh.